Hi everyone, today I want to share with you my projects that I created for a swap, and it's a swap with Rina, and she's Rina Myers here on YouTube, and I will put the link to her channel in the description box below, and be sure to check her out because she's amazing, she's funny, and she's a really fast crafter and a really good card maker. Her coloring is amazing. So I wanted to show the projects that I created for her, and I'm going to adjust my camera and show you the projects one by one, and then I'll be right back. So this is the first project that I created for Rina, and when we were talking about our swap, she let me know that there were two projects that I created for other friends that were her favorite projects. So I tried to create some of those for her, or similar to them. So this was one. I created a configuration box for Joanne, and I used the Prima Tea Time papers, and Rina told me that she really liked that project, so I used the Graphic 45 Ladies Diary paper collection. And the other projects I used another paper line. I'm sorry Rina, but for the other projects I used the Botanical Tea paper line by Graphic 45 because when I saw it, it reminded me of you. But when I started this configuration box, it wasn't available in the Netherlands yet, so that's why I used another paper line. But I hope you will still like it anyways. So this is the configuration box that I created for her. And I purchased this at a local store. And I painted it with vintage white acrylic paint first, and then I covered it with the papers from the collection, and I have some domino pieces as feet, and I absolutely love this paper line. It's the first project that I created with this line, and I really had a lot of fun. So let me see, I will show you the other side first, but I am not trying to make you dizzy. Or I'm trying not to make you dizzy, I'm sorry. And this is the other side, and I also covered the bottom with the paper from the collection. So I guess we'll start here. I adhere the key, and I used some glossy accents to adhere it. And I created this charm with some beads from my stash and this key, and I adhered a bling piece in the center of this key. And I went over everything with gesso mixed with sand. And all the flowers are from Wild Orchid Crafts. And I created 3 of these boxes out of the paper collection. And I used some jute twine to create a bow. And here are some more flowers. And this is a small alarm clock. And I purchased this at a local store as well. And I took it all apart and I altered it. And it doesn't work anymore, but I really love this clock from the paper collection. And this is a beautiful pair of scissors charm. Excuse me. And this is a rose that I created myself. And I used the paper collection to create this rose and some more flowers. And this beautiful lace is from Lavish Laces, as well as the flat back pearl trim. And I fussy cut this from the paper collection. And I went over it with several coats of Mod Podge to make it more sturdy. And I also stickled the flowers. And here's a big flower. And I created some butterflies with my Martha Stewart punch. And this is a small frame that I had in my stash, and I fussy cut, or I cut this image from the paper collection. And this is a little cherub that I had in my stash, and a wooden spool with some twine around it. And this is a charm, and I have a image from the paper collection, and it dangles, but it's hard to show you. And I have some small rosette trim on the bottom of this compartment, and this is from Lavish Laces as well. And here I have some rosebuds and another rose. And now I will give you more of an overview. I fussy cut this lady from the paper collection. I think she's absolutely gorgeous. And I have some layers of Mod Podge on top of her as well. And here's a corked vial and another butterfly and a beautiful big rose. And this is an acrylic bubble from my stash. And this cute lace is also from Lavish Laces, as well as the flat back pearl trim. And here's a big trellis rose and a small light bulb. And this charm is from my stash. It's a penny farthing, and I wanted the lady still to show, so I didn't do too much about this compartment. And here I have a chess piece and some dice and some more beautiful flowers. And here's a rose that I created myself. And here is a flower pot that was gifted to me by Lenka. Thank you so much, Lenka. And I adhered some crochet trim around it and a flower on top. And here are some more beautiful flowers. And this bird I purchased at a local store, and I created a nest out of some Spanish moss. And I know Rina loved this charm, so I had to incorporate it in this project. And this is some beautiful ruffle trim from Lavish Laces, as well as the flat back pearl trim. And here I have another chess piece and some more beautiful flowers. So this is the configuration box that I created for Rina, and I really hope you like it, Rina. And now I will show you my next project. Oops, I have to move this one aside. The next thing that I created for Rina is this card. And because Rina is the queen of coloring, I didn't have the guts to color up my own image, so I used this ready-to-go image from a paper collection, and I will show you the collection. It's this one right here. It's from a Dutch company, and this was gifted to me by Cindy. Thank you so much, Cindy. And this has all kinds of beautiful papers and also some die cuts, and this is the image that I used. The beautiful little cherub. So, and this is an envelope, and I created it with my Memory Keeper sponge board. And I adhered a paper doily, and I whitewashed the papers. And I created this rose. And I have some Martha Stewart leaves and some stamens. Or some stamens. I'm sorry, I always mix up stems and stamens, so... And here I have some beautiful crochet trim, and this was gifted to me by my sweet friend Annie. Thank you so much, Annie. And some bling from my stash. And here I have my other cluster of flowers. I created this rose, and this is a butterfly from my stash. And some beautiful Wild Orchid Craft flowers. And this one is from my stash. It's a baby's breath flower, but I purchased it at a local store. And here's one of the beautiful embellishments from Wild Orchid Crafts. And a piece of film strip from Tim Holtz. So this is my small card for Rina. And like I said, it's an envelope, so I put my little message inside. And the next thing that I created is this altered egg carton. And I do have a video on this one, so I will put the link to this video in the description box below. It was my design team project for Lavish Laces, and I filled it with all kinds of crochet hearts and flowers. So I hope Rina likes them. And let me see, I also created this, or altered, I should say, I altered this journal for Rina, and this was one of my Wild Orchid Crafts design team projects, so I already have a video on this, and I will put the link in the description box below. And let me see, the next thing that I created for Rina is this one, and I used the Botanical Tea collection by Graphic 45, and at this point I was able to purchase it and create some projects for Rina with it, and I absolutely love this paper collection. And to create this stick pin holder, I followed the tutorial by Luisa Diaz, and I will put the link to her amazing tutorial in the description box below. And here I have some stretchy lace. I created a belly band, and I created this flower, and these two are from Wild Orchid Crafts, and the small leaves are from Lavish Laces. And I will take the belly band off to show you. Behind here I have a Spellbinders die, and I went over everything with gesso mixed with sand, as well as some stickles, some diamond stickles. And this is the stick pin holder without the belly band. And I absolutely love this paper collection, and it really reminds me of Rina because of the greens and the pinks. So I will show you the stick pins that I created. I created this one right here. And this one. And the long stick pins were gifted to me by Lenka. Thank you so much, Lenka. And these smaller stick pins are from Wild Orchid Crafts. And here's another very long stick pin with some beads from my stash. And these two are the same that I showed you already. And the stick pins belong in a stick pin cushion. So I created this pin cushion for Rina as well. And I will put the pins. So this is what the pin cushion looks like with the stick pins. And I used some fluffy material from my stash, and I created this stick pin or this pin cushion out of a tape roll. And I do have a start to finish video on how I create these pin cushions, so I will put the link in the description box below as well. And I also adhered some paper to the bottom of this one, and I used the same paper collection that I showed you to create my small card, the one that was gifted to me by Cindy. And this beautiful box pleated trim is from Annie, Miss Garden Grove 1. And I absolutely love this pink box pleated trim with the sequins. And this beautiful lace is from Lavish Laces. And this small rosette trim, the white one, is also from Miss Garden Grove 1. And the pink one is from Wild Orchid Crafts. And I adhered a pearl in the center of the pink rosette trim. And of course it goes all the way around. And I also adhered some glass baubles as weight. And these are some tulip flowers from Wild Orchid Crafts, and I went over everything with gesso mixed with sand as well as some diamond stickles. I'm sorry, it's quite bright today. We have a beautiful day today. And I created this flower as well. And this one as well, and underneath this flower I have a beautiful shabby rosette from Lavish Laces. And this is a Cosmo Daisy from Wild Orchid Crafts. And I did the same on the other side, a homemade rose and some tulip flowers. And I also have some white leaves from Wild Orchid Crafts. And I created a bow out of some pink seam binding, but most of it got covered up. So, and here I used a baby's breath flower from Wild Orchid Crafts. And I have a big pink feather, baby pink feather right here, and some sprays. And this was gifted to me by my mother-in-law. So I thought it was perfect to use on this project. And these are the stick pins, and I will adjust my camera a little bit to show you how it looks. So this is how the pin cushion looks like. And I also created some, or I altered, I should say, some domino pieces. And for these domino pieces I was inspired by Luisa Diaz again. Thank you so much for the inspiration, Luisa. And she has a tutorial on how to alter your domino pieces, so I will put the link in the description box below as well. And I used an image from the Fairy Rhymes paper collection by Prima. And I used my Martha Stewart punch to create these wings. And I have some ribbon from my stash, and all the flowers are from Wild Orchid Crafts. And let me see if I can show you better the stickles and the glitter. And this is some beautiful lace from Lavish Laces, and this one as well. And I cut one flower apart and I sprayed it several times with my hairspray to make it more sturdy. And then I adhered an embellishment from Wild Orchid Crafts. And on the back side I have a shabby rosette, a small one from Lavish Laces. So this is the first domino piece that I altered. And here's the second one. And I pretty much did the same. So And I think I will show you my last project for Rina in another video, because this one is going to be too long. So please stay tuned. I'll be back with my next project. Thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.